Winner bracket semifinal number 2. Still at the European qualifier. Qualifier number 2 for the Heroes International. And now we got Team Copium against the Cats. Starting things off with Tomb of the Spider Queen here. So, best of 3 series. I think after this we're done with best of 3s. I think this is the last best of 3 if I'm not mistaken. Now there might be one game in the losers bracket where I'm not 100% certain if the next losers bracket match is still a best of 3 or best of 5. But yeah, we're gonna find that out eventually too, tomorrow. For now though, we have another series coming up and everybody is still trying to get their ticket to Miami, where we're gonna have Europe, North America and Korea fight against each other. And it should be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to that event. And even more so now that multiple people have told me that they're going to go there and want to say hi. So yeah, it's going to be great. Now the ban, again, additional information, heroesinternational.net. You can check it out. There's links in the description if you're watching this on YouTube right now. We got Junkrat banned, Chromie banned, Lucio gotten rid of. Tomb is our first map here, so AoE is gonna reign supreme. Still thinking... Okay, let's bait this out a little bit. But there's Sergeant Hammer at least being banned. Okay. But I'm a bit curious to see how the teams are going to play this one out, because there's still tons of heroes available that you could definitely, where you could put their personal note in. Blaze is an early pick. I would expect that we might see Leo here as well. Always good for that bot lane, but you can of course deviate away from that a bit too. And well, yeah, and who moves on to the next round? Next round is a winner bracket final. Now we are down to the last 4 teams in the second qualifier, which means that now we have a losers bracket too. So there's Hanzo, Honor, and we get Jojo. So the wave clear is already taken care of. A lot of interrupt and vision that Hanzo can provide will also be helpful here. So that's good. And we got Murden, the man with the beard, and Sylvanas. Some of these Sylvanas skins are a little bit off. Completely changed the character in its entirety, but yeah. Okay. I'm a bit curious what Captain Rex is going to pick this time. Are we going to see another Anduin play from him? Or did he ban against that? Is Leo going to be locked in, for example, too? That's also another one. Nothing more annoying when you play Leo with Entomb and then all of a sudden you have Anduin on the other side. And yes, they agree, so they ban Anduin out. The Crybaby. He would have probably played him too. Sylvanas and Anduin united on the red team. Not so much. But, okay. Draco's team, I mean, again, these guys have been waiting a little bit. Leo gets banned now. Okay, both of the heroes. I just talked about the potential picks have now been eliminated by them. But, yeah, again, what are we now seeing for the blue team? They haven't picked the support yet. We still need the side laner with Leo banned out. I mean, you could go Urel if you wanted to. Honestly, doubt it a little bit. Hogger is also still up. Another good one. And they go for Hogger and they go for Mephisto. Okay, so we're getting a bit of hatred into the game. Mephisto is making an appearance. This is his first appearance today. I like that. And what is Captain Rex now playing? I mean, most of the time he moves between Anduin and Rhaegar. So, could do that too. Which is kind of funny. I mean, again, the man's called Rex and is picking the dog, so I don't know. Rhaegar looks a little bit like a German Shepherd every now and then. Kerrigan and Brightwing. All right, let's go. Triple frontline here. Ana, somebody really wants the nano boost, huh? Yeah, Ana for Mephisto. Okay. Tomb of the Spider Queen, guys. Game number 1, best of 3 series. Which team moves on to the winner bracket final and which team drops down into the losers bracket? Let's find out who claims victory on Tomb of the Spider Queen between Team Copium and the Cats. Copium against the Cats. Game number 1. We got Casper on Hogger, Gaflo on Hanzo. Simply is playing Jojo, Vexu on Ana, and Nano with Mephisto. To the right side of the map, the red team, leading things off with Draco and Muradin. We got Octa on Blaze. Captain Rex on Brightwing this time with Mitra rocking Sylvanas and Herath on Kerrigan. Hiccup time too. Oof. And we got a grenade build coming in. Look at that. The contact healing on level 1 for Ana. Again, the nano boost would probably be pretty neat for Mephisto. It goes in the skull build first. The Lord of Hatred. So much hatred. Okay, so Blaze already rocking this one. Yeah, doing his best at the bot lane, but currently everybody is just nibbling around on the edges a bit. And well, as I said, Kerrigan moves in for the first combo, and Nano is the first one to fall. Yeah, the Lord of Hatred. Feel the hatred of 10,000 Hero League games. Okay, so he gets murdered. Kerrigan with a quick first kill. Good for them. Now, is that going to be enough for the cats to carry it over the time? Ooh, we'll see. I always like, this is one of the mounts that I gotta say is a little bit funny. That retarded pony that my try is currently rocking there is kind of funny as hell. But down to the bot lane again. Kerrigan rotating between the lanes a little bit, applying the pressure, trying to see if she can land another combo. Maybe go for Hogger here, for example. We got Blaze still pushing this out, so he can do a bit of damage at the bot lane wall. Nothing too crazy, but it's also about attempting to turn in if you're the side laner. And in this case, he actually moved back home, topping off mana a bit too. So, yeah, with this, we have... I mean, Blaze is still one of the best side laners, if not the best side laner that we have in the game. It was kind of funny in, like earlier this year when we were in Miami and Quasar was just playing Blaze over and over and over again, like every single game, until at some point the opponent just wisened up real quickly and just said, okay boys, we maybe should ban this out against him. And before that, he always talked about how he really wants to play some other side laners, but Blaze is just too OP to not pick, and that as long as nobody takes it away from him or bans them, he just has to, if they want to have the best chances to win. So it was kind of funny. Has shifted slightly, but still Blaze in most cases an early pick for the teams. Hogger obviously, depending on the map, also making big splashes, and then on top of that you have Leoric immediately when wave clear is needed. If you're playing on Infernal Shrines, for example, he's also taken a lot. But I would say between those three, yeah, you're seeing those three are definitely the top picks these days. Now down to the bottom of the map, Caspar, talking about Hogger, is already here, and of course trying to get some additional gems for the team. Nobody has even turned in a single one yet. We still have these stuns with Muradin moving in, hitting a stun here and trying to make his play. Down to the bottom of the map, Caspar, pressured again, moved out in time, is not being hit by any of this. And at the same time, the mid lane, yeah, it's just like, again, the usual plays. Trying to get the wave clear going, see if you can maybe surprise somebody, get a stun combo off, but just collect the gems and attempt to turn in. The blue team is already getting a bit of a head start on this, as they turned in 20 of their gems. The mid lane, Kerrigan is back to business and doing their thing. Okay. And here's the first turn. Oh, the first turn in for the red team, and also the next kill opportunity. And they go for Mephisto once more. So they jump him right away with Kerrigan, get the combo unleashed, and Muradin dove deep to connect a Stormbolt. But they didn't have enough damage to drop him. And while all of this happened, Hogger at the bottom of the map took the opportunity to turn his gems in. And Octa has to deal with this so that they don't lose out on the experience and the gem count. So he's still holding 17. That's going to be 20 in a moment. But they are still aggressively making plays up at the top. And the blue team, they turn in. But they're losing Ana! No! Granny is down. Granny is dead. And... can they get that hit too? Yes, they can! Oh boy, just as the first map Beaver Wave is gonna touch ground, they're losing 2 of their heroes. Now death timers are low, but still, this is gonna give the Cats a head start on the defense. That is not what you want to happen on your first objective. Not at all. So, right there, we got 3 kills to 0. We got Web Weavers heavily attacked down at the bottom of the map. They're even looking for a kill, and that's 7 gems on Hogger that are now also lost to the blue team. And Gavlo, okay, he gets out before the Stormbolt is back to business. But that is just such a good defense for the Cats. Now, I still gotta admit that they get a little bit more damage done than I expected them to, at least here in the mid lane. But of course, this is not really a good opening for the blue team. They're not off to a good start here. 4 kills to 0, an entire level lead. If you time that turn in properly, then you will be able to push with level 10. That would be the worst case scenario at this point in time for Copium. Yeah, they would need a lot of Copium to deal with that. So, for now, they're half a level away from this. That turn would hurt. Oh boy. That would hurt so much. 1.5 levels behind. Another combo, another stun, and another kill. Hogger is dead. Carrigan. Irath is doing a great job with Carrigan now. Creating one opportunity after another and allowing Muradin and Blaze to follow up on that. So yes, they are going to get that turn in. And they have level 10. Oh boy, this is going to hurt. And guys, they have Sylvanas too, let's not forget about that. They got Sylvanas with this push, and they're already using it right here to break through the wall before the web weavers are even there. Oh boy, Team Copium, this is not going to be easy. Yeah, this is going to be very difficult. So there's already the kill. Of course, they lock her down. Wailing Arrow being used. The gems at least could be recovered. But every lane is now being assailed. At the bot lane, we're already seeing Blaze doing some headway against Caspar. That wall is falling too. The rest of the red team has started to focus onto the top lane more so than anything else. And yeah, they're crushing this one. Ouch. Copium defending this is a nightmare. You can't go too aggressive because you know your opponent has a rogue abilities over you that would allow them to easily sustain themselves through these fights and lock you down. And Carrigan is always looking to force you into another engage. So we have at the top one fort falling. The one in the mid lane has taken damage. Down to the bottom of the map, there's even more damage done. Ana quick on her feet at least, so she's able to get out. Top fort is destroyed, and Team Copium is soon gonna get their level 10. I gotta admit that they defended this a bit better than I expected them to. So they lost the fort, they also lost the wall in the mid lane, and at the bottom of the map they lost the wall and some hit points on the fort itself. But I would have not been surprised to see 2 forts fall here. Not in the slightest. The camp in the middle of the map helped, of course, a bit. But still. Yeah, here comes the stun, and well, this time the combo missed at least a bit, so yeah, Jojo is still alive. But it is very, very clear who currently is in the better position. More gems in their hands, 6 kills to 0, 2 level advantage, 1 fort destroyed. If they can now force fights, get kills, especially after they hit level 13, and take some of these gems away from Copium, then this should be an easy breezy game for the Cats. But we'll see. I mean, it still can be turned, but another kill against Hogger. They're using him as a punching ball right now. The meme strike from Hanzo, just not successful enough. Another combo, another stun. 23 gems for Hanzo, but he makes it out. Mephisto, on the other hand, he's not getting away, so that's a double kill for them. And they're still looking for more. They're trying to go for Gaflo here. He is holding 23 gems, and Carrigan says nope, and takes him down. So, yep, that's most of the gems gone. They're also about to lose Jojo. Guys, that's all of the gems gone, unless Ana is really brave enough to, well, waddle her way into that fight and claim a couple of them, and she nearly made it. But yeah, they're getting absolutely shit on. They're gonna need a shower after this one, because the Cats are shitting all over them. Now, with 10 kills to 0 and a 2-level lead, they're moving into the middle. They take a fort down. They rotate. Sylvanas already down to the bottom of the map. It's an absolute disaster for Team Copium. That first game is not working out for them at all. Unless somebody steps it up big time, this is going to be a total stomp. The red team unleashes the web weavers again, and at this point in time, they're going through Team Copium like hot butter through cheese. Yeah, this is... what a great start for the Cats. Talk about momentum, baby. Now, they gotta make sure that they're not getting too cocky here. That's obviously the one thing that can still turn this. If they get too aggressive, too cocky, think they've already won it, then give a few opportunities to Team Copium to win a couple of team fights, then things could still turn. But we have even a double push in the mid lane right now, since there's a camp plus the web weavers. And, well, they're going for it. So, slowly and steadily, Now, if they ever make it into the late game and things might change, you got a nano boost, you got Hanzo with also cooldown reduction at level 20 on his ult, but obviously the Cats are going to try and end this before it gets to that point, and they have a good chance of taking the first keep down right here, right now. Guys, they got a 3-level lead. They're 3 levels ahead. And Webweavers on each lane, and then you add Sylvanas on top of that. It's just bonkers. Level 16 is going to hit sooner for the Cats than level 13 for Team Copium. It's going to be a 2-talented advantage for the red team, and they will likely use that to either make a push for the core or take the second keep. So yeah, keep in the mid lane, will fall down at the bottom of the map. It's nearly gone too. This is a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. And Hogger has a level 16 talent. He pokes it out this time. Counter kill. There it goes. Blaze is down. 2 keeps are gone, but they kill Blaze and they kill Mirrodin. That's 22 gems they just lost on Mirrodin. 25 still in the hands of the Cats. And Sylvanas also gets dropped. So that's 3 kills finally for Team Copium. It is likely too little too late, with 2 keeps already obliterated and them not destroying a single fort just yet. This is still problematic. Now they make the only play that they can make right now. They don't have enough gems for a turn in, so what else is left for you? You're making a move for the boss and you take that. In the meantime, the siege giants down here get taken. But yes, this is... I mean, it's not really an opening yet, but they're making the right moves. But again, at a very dire spot that they're in now. So they get the boss, 11, 12 minutes in. Seems like the red team is actually laying a bit of a trap here around the camp at the bot lane. Now, this would be kind of funny if they actually fall for this, but they don't. Camp is getting pinged, though. Yeah, and they are slowly starting to get together here. They see it! Nice! That was cheeky. Poor... I feel actually a little bit sorry for Hanzo, which is kind of crazy. I mean, as everybody else in the world, I hate Hanzo. But in this case, I felt a little bit sorry for him. So Hanzo just moves through that bush and he just gets crushed within seconds. Now at the top lane, the fort is not even going to be destroyed by that boss. And while all of this plays out, Hanzo is still dead and they're already looking for additional kills. I mean, at some point, the Cats have to really think about what they want to do next, because there's not really a whole lot of left to attack. You either go for the top keep or you go for the core. Those are your options. If you have the gems, then you can fall back, turn in and try and readjust, but that's pretty much it. So they are working on the shield and they get another kill. Johanna is gone. It's not over until the fat lady sings, but she is taking a deep breath right now. 12 kills to 3. Sylvanas and Brightwing are both dead. Alright. The core is at least taking damage, but I'm not quite sure if they can end the game here. Nice move by Kerrigan, but I'm not sure that saves her. Yeah, trying still for a combo, but that doesn't really work out. So the core is down to 69%. Nice. And, well, there's a turn-in opportunity. Or, well, not really a turn-in opportunity, but you can at least turn the gems in that you're holding. So the Cats are doing well in regards to damage, but they're also starting to lose some of these team fights. And the main damage dealer on the side of the blue team is still Mephisto with a 42,000 that he brings to the table. So that is still a bit problematic. Now, if you're the Cats, then you're still in a good spot, but you should be worried a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. Just focus, play this down safe. Keep in mind, they didn't turn any gems in, so they again lost a lot here. And now the question is simply, can the blue team, I mean, they got the gems to deliver. Can they turn in and then get web weavers and maybe take a few more structures down? But Jojo gets interrupted. The red team is ready. Level 20 isn't there yet, but they're gonna get it very soon. And that ult from Hanzo doesn't really do anything for them. So this is the dangerous moment now for Team Copium, when the opponent gets level 20 and then can make a play for game. If you can somehow prevent that from happening, then you find yourself in a halfway decent spot where you might be able to get your own level 20 and then really capitalize on those big upgrades that you're going to get. But Mirrodin with a hoppity hop as he goes for the rewind. They're trying for Casper, but they can't hit him this time. He got 34 gems and could turn those into. I mean, again, just work towards the turn-in, slowly but steadily. 12 kills to 6. Can they turn this a bit here? And Copium, of course, wants to turn in too. If they turn in now, they would buy themselves a little bit of time. 1.5 levels. That's the next team fight. That's a big advantage, obviously, for the Cats. With level 20, they got the Invisible Friends, Meridian has Rewind, the Fortified Bunker is there too. And on top of that, we got the Bolt of the Storm for Sylvanas and for Kerrigan. More momentum, more safety. But I would really love for them to turn these gems in. Just on the off chance that you're losing another team fight. They had done this previously, they could now get a Web Weaver wave and just simply move over, and they haven't done that yet. So, yeah. Down to the bot lane again. 1 level until Copium has level 20. Hogger! They save him this time. Fortified Bunker is out. This is a nice corridor for Hanzo's ult. And, well, there goes Blaze. Guys, are we seeing a comeback? We might see that comeback happen. So, a few more gems are lost again because they are not listening to Papa Khaldor. They're not turning their gems in. He just walked past the turning point earlier and didn't want to waste those 3 seconds that he needs to turn anything in. He was just like sitting there like, no. And now he's in trouble. Talking about trouble. I know somebody else was in trouble. It is Mephisto, and he's dead, and that might have just ended the game. As Team Copium is doing their best to somehow bring it back, they might just have lost this. Because now that Mephisto is gone, that's a big part of the damage that is just not there anymore. And the boss is back. So that's the window that you needed. And this is going to be a bit of a Hail Mary move. If you're the blue team, this is the moment when you're going to try and make your play. And at least the cooldown reduction is now ready for Hanzo. So yeah, they're going to check this one out. Not going to get too much just yet. Blaze is back. They nearly got the boss. Keep in mind there's a keep at the top lane. It's the only lane that still has a keep. Blue team turns in, so it's likely going to be a trade where Beavers against boss, unless of course they are taking this one now. Is it a throw pit? Not yet. Blaze is there. Hanzo needs the ult, nano boost. Gets the ult out. The damage. They take the boss. He went for the bunker. Are they really going to lose this? Are you fucking with me? Brightwing is dead. Draka is in trouble. They got the boss because Blaze bunkered up and now they're all on the run. That's another kill and holy shit, they might just lose this game. 10 kills to 13. The Cats a bit too cocky. They waited too long. Hogger for some reason commits Sudoku. It's something you just don't have to understand. The blue team is still going to make a bit of a play for it. But yeah, this is just... oh my god! Kerrigan! It's over! They're gonna lose it! They threw so hard! Oh my god! Somebody please sign them for the MLB! I mean, these guys can throw like no other. Holy shit! Unfucking-leavable. Copium with the lead.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Towers of Doom is map number 2, but oh my god, how mad are the Cats? I mean, they really shit the bed. They shit the bed harder than Ember Heart. This is... like, how do you lose this? But I'm preaching this every time that a team is this far ahead. If you are ahead and you still have a hero that holds 20 gems and he walks past the turn-in point, spend those seconds and turn your gems in. If they would have done that, they would have had, with the second go before the opponent hit level 20, for the core, they would have had a Web Weaver wave. But, well, they lost twice at the core, multiple heroes, lost the gems, and then it was just over. So, yeah, too cocky. Didn't think they had to turn it in anymore. And that's one of the things that you just at some point gotta learn. The Cats, they have to shrug this one off. I mean, to be fair, this is one of those losses where you probably just can't believe it that it really happened. It's like, hey, poke me. Did that actually happen right now? Or did I imagine that? It's a little bit waking up from a bad dream. For Team Copium, on the other hand, you can't imagine that they are very, very happy with this. I mean, they are looking great right now. That's a motivational boost if I've ever seen one. So now we're headed for Towers of Doom, and we'll see if the cats are getting mad and just look at the game and say like, alright, now let's buckle down and let's take it. Or if they're just getting angry, accuse each other of making mistakes and fall apart here. So, yeah. Blaze gets picked very, very early. We got bans again on Junkrat and also on Chromie, so they're really target banning against Team Copium. But it's it's just crazy. And it was also that predictable bunker on the boss. I knew that would happen. I mean, it always does. Nobody else is there. Then the bunker. And I even called earlier that once that you have the cooldown reduction on Hanzo's arrow, when you have the nano boost together with that, they really teed that up for them. Ah, we got Mitra and Genji now. We got Drakia and Muradin, Hogga and Hanzo for the other team. And it's time to go. It's time for the red team to show us that they're able to bring this back and forth game number 3, because if not, Team Copium is going to be very happy to walk away with a 2-0 victory. So, yeah. Let's get that ban going. It's incredible. Full-on support bans against the cats. I mean, they're pretty much banning everything that could annoy them or that Captain Rex could have. If they now pick Rhaegar away, then they would limit his pool a little bit more. I mean, again, you can't really out-ban supports. There's too many around right now. But, yeah. As I said before, Rex has played a lot of Rhaegar. If you pick that now and you can make it work with your composition, then you're still in a decent spot there. So at least take some of his best heroes away from him, so that's something. And they go white main! Thigh game on point! Okay. So we get Diablo, Hogga, Hanzo. Could go into Apocalypse and Hanzo Arrow combos again, as we had in one of the previous series. And this is the winner bracket semifinal against Qualifier number 2. But it's just nuts. Okay, so final 2 picks. Malfurion and Greymane. We go full Korean meta on us with this one. And the final pick for the blue team. God, if they... I mean, again, there is a loser's bracket now. But if Copium wins this with a 2-0, the cats are going to be mad. Okay, so... final pick for map number 2. Towers of Doom. I hesitate. They need more damage. Melee range doesn't matter, but they need somebody that can pack a bit of a punch, and it is going to be Cassia. Okay, Cassia is the pick, the final one. Towers of Doom. Copium is in the lead right now in the best of 3 series. Which team moves on to the winner bracket final? Which team drops down into the losers bracket? Let's find out.
Prepare yourself for battle.
Copium against the cats. Map number 2. Yeah, Casper is playing Hogga for the team. We got Nano and Hanzo. Simply on Diablo, Vexu on Greymane, and Gaflo on Cassia. Yeah, the cats. Meow! The kitties! Drake with Muradin, Maitrai on Genji. Captain Rex is playing Malfurion here in the second game. We got Heroes and Greymane. And Octa on Blaze. Okay, time to step it up a little bit. Or at least not lose it in the late game. Now we got White Mane in the house, and in this case it's Pity the Frail. Alright, there's the opening talent. Emerald Dreams are in. Yeah, and of course, the blue team is looking at an opportunity to convert that first match point and move on to the winner bracket final. Drop the cats quickly into the losers bracket. Let's see if they can pull that one off. Maitrai, he's going to be one of the linchpins for this one. Going to do his best to go into the back line, take a few of them out. White Mane riding into the battle in style with a Dire Wolf. That was one of the first great mounts that Blizzard had in the game. The White Dire Wolf, always awesome. Money Pig, of course, stole the show then, but still, it was pretty good. But yeah, it's a bit tricky for the cats here. Let's see if with Diablo they can create a couple of... if they can go for him, Muradin at the front here. But I still have a hard time getting over the last map. This is insane. I mean, even with me pointing out that they gotta be careful and shouldn't overextend, and also mentioning several times that it would probably be worth it to get rid of those 20-25 gems that they've been holding with Blaze and other heroes, it's still kind of shocking that they lost that one. So yeah, bit too cocky. Copium never really... just like doing that thing, you know, never really just like despairing there. I mean, they got a lot of Copium, so that's that, right? Khaldor gets saved after we had Malfurion and lock him down with the root. And with that, we still got our 1 versus 1 at the top. First 3 altars are gonna start soon. But who is gonna get the first couple of kills? Who's gonna be able to take the first bell tower down and convert it over? Level 4 is already in. Greymane with the viciousness into insatiable. And we're also very likely going to see the Bronzebeard Rage on level 13, since Mirrodin has decided to go into the Reverberation on level 4. And Whitemane after the Pity the Frail with the Martyrdom. Greymane. Greymane is obviously nice if they can get him on structures. Now they really like compositions that can also push for structures. They did it on the last map with Sylvanas, now they're doing it with Greymane. Can also like always drop a bullet on Diablo, for example. But here's the altar phase, the first one announced at least. So a bit of an opportunity there. And Diablo already pushing this down to the bot lane. Again, it's all about just like making sure that you diligently take those the minion experience on the lanes. That you are, if you can, kill a hero that's maybe isolated on the map and just slowly and steadily take it from there. But as it stands, Tracker is the first one that gets caught up at the front, but he turns it around with a quick storm bolt, and they're trying to aim for Cassia. Can't get the kill here just yet, but Nano is low, and even with Greymane, sorry, with Whitemane, Greymane, Whitemane, too many mains in there. So it's like Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White, same shit, different color. But yeah. So with that, what do we have? Khaldor gets attacked, Greymane comes back in. Yep, they're looking for the kill, can't get it. Mitra is a little bit low, and Genji, oof, he nearly was killed first in the game. It's still a triple altar phase, and we had the exchange between the first 2. Now we have the final one up on the map, and the teams are battling it out for it. That's the 4 additional shots that will be fired here. And, well, the Cats gotta be very careful that they're not making any huge mistakes at this point. 19 stacks for Hanzon's level 1, 67 for Diablo, increasing the hit point pool a little bit. Everybody looking for level 4 talents that they of course would like to have. And they go for Hogger. You see a kill opportunity, and I think at this point we're pretty much continuing where we left off, with Hogger being the punching ball of the Cats. Yeah, they really like to go for him. So right now, also Greymane in trouble, so is Diablo. Greymane gets Hanzoed, and Diablo gets crushed by Genji. So still a kill trade, which puts the ball into the court of the Cats. It's a 4 versus 4 on the map, and Hogger is making his way back in. And that altar gets well, does he get shot at? No, it doesn't. The brotherly love of Genji is interrupting it, and they're really a jumping team, aren't they? Very jumpy. First we got Genji jumping in, then it's Mirrodin, and nobody is able to lock that altar in yet. 2 kills to 1. Diablo and Greymane are also both back. Dibbles, of course, still with all of his souls. He didn't have enough to get the reset there. And it comes up too, so Heroth is already working on the pumpkins. Another interrupt, but the pumpkins are taken. Nice. Using the time as efficiently as possible. You don't even have any Germans on the team. Not too bad. Okay, so Varak here already jumping. 150 hit points. Okay. They're still trying to get that turn in. It's actually kind of nuts. I say turn in, I mean the channel on the altar. But it's kind of crazy when you think about it. It's already 5.5 minutes in, and they've started immediately when the altars popped up. And finally, we have the shots connected. And it is the blue team that gets the extra hits in against the opponent's score. So, yep, there it is. Up at the top. Oh, God! Whoa, not even close. Not even close. Oh my god, damn son. That was bonkers. Hogger has to be really careful. He got farmed on the last game, and if he continues like this, this is just gonna happen again. So gotta be very, very careful here that you're just not gonna get crushed again. And as I said, Hogger dies at the top lane, so he's dead again. And I'm detecting a little bit of a theme here. I mean, he's really having a problem right now. Okay. So down to the bottom of the map. Level 10 abilities are ready for the red team. They get their 3 kills to 1 now, 2 of them against Hogger. And they're still trying to make some plays. They go for it. Captain Rex. Genji's already gone. And Malfurion gets crushed. The ragdoll kicked for good measure. And that brings us back to an even score in experience and kills. With the lightning breath taken. We got the arrow this time over the meme strike. And Copium is absolutely not willing to give this game up yet. Not even a little bit. They are looking to get that 2-0 victory and move on to the winner bracket final. Even a bit adding experience right now. Single altar up on the map. They have a good chance of taking that one. Or do they? And we're going to see that battle for it. Hogger is already moving down. Blaze had to stick to the top lane a bit longer to get the wave. But yeah, time for the altar. Shockwave in. If you can get some nice stuns here connected. Yeah, and careful. Especially Malfurion needs to be cautious. But there's the wall stun against Mirrodin. Draculo. So is Diablo. He's fully stacked, so he would be back. But Hogger dies again, gets caught between the lanes, and this is the 3rd time now that Hogger died in this game. I gotta say, not impressed. Hogger is getting farmed. Now, they're losing Cassia too, and the altar has been channeled, so we're a little bit back to, at least to get the counter kill on Blaze. But we're a bit back to the Cats dominating the early game. It's not as impressive as it was the last time, but here comes Genji, and they take down Hanzo. Mirrodin is a little bit lost and still in range of the bell tower, but I don't think he's going to have a problem there either, with Tranquility used from Mouth. So yeah, 6 kills to 4, and now they're going for the structures. So as it stands, the Cats are again gaining momentum here. Bit ahead in experience, ahead in kills, even in points on the core. But with continuous kills against Hogger in particular. And for Casper, things are not going all that well. So either they have to communicate a little bit better, or he just has to play this safer, but things are a little bit dicey on the side lane. So we already have the camps focused again, as both of the pumpkin camps are up. Bottom left, locking this one in. No level 13 talents yet for the blue team though, so they need to be a bit careful before they engage. As expected, by the way, the Bronzebeard Rage has been taken. Greymane with the bullet can still make some plays here. And of course for Hogger it's also a bit annoying, because right now he is probably not really very confident in just moving along there, with Genji just rotating over so many times to take him down. It's really tricky. But they are pressuring at the bottom of the map. Gaflow all the way up at the front. Goes into the Green Hope build here. Take every single green talent that you can find. That's the Cassia build that we're going for. And they take that wall down. But up at the top, Hogger again in trouble, even with him going for the fountain. And it looks like they soon might lose that top bell tower, which is a problem. Shockwave used. And I'm not sure that's going to be enough here to really put Octa into trouble. So yeah, Casper is definitely struggling. And now that Genji is moving in, we could see another Hogger kill, I guess. Well, they're going for him again, as expected. Channel has already happened at the bottom of the map, but this time Casper escapes. They're still looking for a kill down here. Didn't find one yet. It's 32 to 29 points. Stormbolt, nice. Bullet also connected after Malfurion hit the initial route. Genji, of course, made that possible. With him rotating top, it meant that they had only 3 heroes at the bottom of the map. But it's still a wide open game, and the half-level lead for the Cats could matter if they're able to get level 16, for example, with this. I'm just terrified a little bit of the late game decisions, because Copium, after game number 1, must feel really good about hitting the later stages of it. That's a kill, though. So Cassia is dead again. The arrow just came a bit too late. And I guess Greymane is dead too. There's no way for her to survive. I have no idea why he popped Tranquility there. I mean, they can now drive it a little bit faster into the tower range, but still, that was not necessarily needed in that moment. So they're getting the kill. They're taking all of them down. Okay, so the cats are back to business. The cats are pretty much back in the same spot that they were in the first map. They are starting to dominate here. They have 10 kills to 4 now. They are looking at level 16, so it's a talent advantage. And they've just also converted one of the bell towers over. So things are again going as planned for them. And the only question is really, are they going to throw this again? Are they going to play the game of throws, or are they this time being a bit more careful about it and ensuring that the opponent is not able to make it back? Now, they don't have anybody that can capitalize. Well, I mean, one of the big advantages for Team Copium in the last game was that they had very impactful level 20s. And with that nano boost coming in, the nano infusion, and really helping out not only Hanzo but also Mephisto, depending on the fight situation, that was a huge boon. But here comes the double channel. That's 22 points on the core. Nobody's even trying to interrupt, so 10 shots already easily fired. First one's connecting, next one moving in, boom. So they're taking the lead there too. Without level 16, Copium could not engage. They couldn't fight for this. It's just not happening. But as long as they hold that bell tower, and with Blaze already pushing the top lane again, there's a chance that they're losing full control over the map. And that is, of course, a nightmare scenario when you're playing on Towers of Doom. If you're just never able to regain bell tower control, then you know that you are in for a rough ride. So another camp is taken. Blaze still doing his thing, and as you can see, he's slowly but steadily winning that battle up at the top. Down to the bottom of the map, the attempt to retake the bell tower has so far been, pretty fruitless. So with the pumpkins moving in, they even have a chance to connect a few more of those. It's a triple altar phase that's coming up, and Genji is now up at the top again. So Genji is going to make another play for Hogger. He's going to try to, and he immediately moves out. So they're playing this a bit safer, but they're going to lose that bell tower. So that bell tower will be lost. I mean, in an ideal world, what the cats are going to do, they're going to take the bell tower and then try and get 2 out of the 3 altars and take 12 points off the opponent's core. Bell tower at the top is already taken. They can try and focus into the middle a little bit. This one is slowly poked out. Team Copium can therefore try to maybe bring this one back. But now the 3 altars are all active. They can't even make a play, and they take Whitemane down. Whitemane is down. Malfurion is alive. Diablo is dead. This is a disaster. This is nearly a 5-man wipe. Guys, I'm not sure if this could be game, but if they probably not. Yeah, they're gonna try and take 3 of those. That's 18 points off the core. If they take all 3 and then quickly go for the boss, they could end the game here. So yeah, that's 6 shots fired already. Hanzo missed the interrupt. There it is. That's another set, and the stagger death, that's game. Stagger death, that's game. Go boss, go for the channel. The team should go for the boss right away. 1 channel on the right, and then they end the game and force map number 3. That's exactly where we're at right now. Yep, the 6 shots are already out. They know what's happening. It's 2 heroes that are still there. That's it. Dracula is zoning them, and that is all she wrote. In 14.5 minutes, the cats defeat Team Copium in game number 2 and force the 3rd map of the series here in the semi-final. GG, well played. Garden of Terror, map number 3. It comes down to a final showdown here. The cats kind of stomped a little bit on the last map, so apparently they made them angry. And now the question is, of course, can they win this with a 2-1? And to be fair, both of the maps they kind of dominated. Shit the bed a little bit in the first game and lost it eventually, but yeah, so off we go. We got Lucio. Banned immediately. I mean, normally, what kind of heroes are you looking at banning? Dehaka, Falstad, Lucio, Sylvanas, and Hogger. Those are usually, together with Lucio, the heroes that you get rid of just for Garden of Terror. Those are the heroes that allow you to have side lane pressure. Those are the heroes that allow you to play globals. Those are the heroes that are very good at taking camps. Now, you have to figure in that you also go up against an opponent that might have certain preference picks, and so far what we've seen from the cats a lot is banning out Junkrat and banning out Chromie, targeting players on the other side. But you have to combine all of these things here and really think about what do you value the most. And with Chromie, for example, banned, it already means that a lot of the heroes that you would normally try to address during the draft are now still open. So, we haven't seen... Do we have we seen globals here? No, we haven't. So Sylvanas gets banned. Greymane is also still an option for the cats. Anything that allows you for like side lane pressure, split pushing is pretty big. So, what's the final ban here? Are they targeting somebody on the other side, or are they playing the map? They go for Hanzo. Alright, so they're kind of done with Nano's Hanzo. He made a bit of a name for himself on Hanzo, same way that Bishops did. But that means that both globals are up, Forza Dehaka. You got Greymane still available. You can go for Hogger, which oftentimes is a very early pick here. As a support, Rhaegar comes to mind, because he also speeds you up on the mercenary camps. And they're actually instead going into Blaze. Not a bad pick either. But Hogger takes oftentimes priority over him, because teams really love how quickly he can take camps. And this is a map that very heavily hinges on your ability to put pressure on the opponent's teams by getting mercenary camps. So, yeah. But they go for the double. Dehaka and Hogger. So now we have a global for them, and they got Hogger for the camp clear. Right. That's a pretty nice first pick for them. So pretty good rotation. Will also lead to them running triple melee at the front. Nothing special. One of the things that's actually wild to me is that quite often when we're looking at Twitch chat, for example, in the live games, there's people that are super surprised when we have a triple global, and it's like, I mean, that has been a pretty normal composition for the last 6 years or so, so yeah. But they don't have damage! Sergeant Hammer finally makes an appearance today. We had a lot of bans against the Sergeant, but now she's here, together with Anduin, which makes her even more annoying. So not only do you have to deal with the Hammer every single time you're trying to execute a coordinated attack against Sergeant Hammer. Anduin comes in.
Nope.
And just says no. So yeah, can be quite annoying. Jojo gets banned. Final ban now against the Cats. Genji. Yeah, after the last game, I don't blame them. But okay. You gotta have to deal with him. I mean, you can also play around her a little bit. Or you just say, hey, if they push, we push. Sylvanas is gone. So that doesn't work anymore. But it's actually surprising that this is the series where we see the Sergeant. To be fair, in most of the other series today, Sergeant Hammer was banned. But yeah. Brightwing and Muradin, which pretty much means that we have now Brightwing as a global, Dehaka as a global, Hogger for the camp, so you can really start playing the map, but they also gotta make sure that they have some nice damage dealer for Hereth now. Okay, so final 2 picks. Nano and the main tank. Is it protect hammer time? Nazebo! Okay. Yeah, he can split push a little bit as well. They got Garrosh and they got Nazebo, so they can really protect the hammer quite nicely. Nazebo can try to maybe split push a little bit and also get his stacks together, and if they ever make it into the late game, that could become a problem. Interesting. That's an interesting twist there towards the end. And the final pick for Hereth, as we head into game number 3, Garden of Terror, it is Greymane. Kinda expected, talked about him earlier. Let's show begin, everybody. Final map between Copium and the Cats. The final map, everybody. This is the big one. We got on the left side, Casper on Blaze, Nano on Nazebro. Gavlo with Sergeant Hammer, Simply on Garrosh and Vexu and Anduin. The Cats, meow, with Draka on Murden. We got Honeyocta on Dehaka, Captain Rex on Brightwing, Mitra on Hogger, and Hereth on Greymane. So, it's hammer time! And at the bottom of the map, we got the Sergeant in the house, and we got the Toad build again. As expected, we're going to see more of a split push Nazebo, probably. Trying to push this a little bit, it's a big map. You try and focus your opponent's attention with Sergeant Hammer on one lane, and then Nazebo can move between lanes. And also, if you just force the late game and Nazebo is able to stack his baseline, then that's also going to be nice. That's already a fail right there. Yeah, but already dishing out the damage. And I'm not so sure what's happening here. Sergeant Hammer gets free reign over the bot lane. I guess they're just trying to counter pressure with Greymane at the top. And they're saying as long as we get the Wolf in the house, we can chunk this down too. So they are trying to outpush them a little bit, which could work, to be fair. But that also accelerates the game quite nicely, which for the Cats would probably be a good thing, considering that they don't want Nazebo to be in the late game. But there he goes for the Toad build here. And, well, for now the question is, what can they do with all of that? We got Vexu already moving around, we got Simply on the way towards the middle. But it's definitely going to be an interesting momentum for the teams. Up at the top, our little trio is doing work. A little bit more work than Sergeant Hammer at the bottom of the map, but for how long can you keep that up? That's the question. 12 stacks on the baseline. We really got to keep our eye on Nazebo, because if he makes it into the late game and gets the Violent Infection, that would be very, very nice plays for them. And that would make things really, really spicy, especially since the Cats are hoping still to make it to the winner bracket final. Again, game number 1, they fully dominated. Only to throw so hard that the an MLB team should sign them immediately. I mean, if you can't throw that hard, you should have a professional career as a baseball player, for sure. But then again, game number 2, they dominated it. They did extremely well and locked in a quick victory. But this is for all the marbles now. So we get the big voodoo, and we also get the siege tactics. So, a bit of a stun. Nice! There's the flip, and that's a kill. For a moment I was like, oh, maybe not. But yeah, okay. Anduin comes in, gets the final hit. They're going for Nazebo. The jump kill. Kill for a kill here. And that is definitely going to slow his stacking down a little bit. Best way to slow down Nazebo's stacking, kill him. So, and so far, it's honestly been the blue team that has lost more on structures. So the first seed is now up. Sergeant Hammer's at the top. And Sergeant Hammer might actually lose now. Yeah, that could be a kill. And it is a kill. Good for the Cats. This attempt at pushing on multiple lanes is currently not working out for Copium. It's still very early in the game, of course. And Sergeant Hammer with level 7 is also get additional mobility. But we'll still have to wait this one out. Stormbolt connects. Nice. Try to go for my try, but Brightwing is ready. And here we go. Nazebo. Back to business. On the way down to the bottom of the map to deal with Dehaka. 2 kills to 1. And the first fort has fallen. And that already makes it annoying for Sergeant Hammer to be at the top lane. Because it pretty much means that if you get attacked, if you get ganked, you don't have a retreat position. You can't fall back to anything. So, yeah. Nazebo with 35 stacks currently. Goes more heavily into the Toads now with the Toads of Hugeness. And the first seed is still up. Nobody has cared about this yet. It's all about the camps for now. Hogger is also trying to steal some away. He's a really big pick on this map. Bing, 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 bing. We got a winner! Yeah, he's gonna lock that in for sure. Sergeant Hammer at the bottom of the map. Has the mobility now, has the hover siege mode. And up at the top, they're trying to go for Casper again, who is able to make his way out of the fight. Yeah, his Hogger plays, they haven't really done a whole lot for him, but this is looking a bit better right now. So they tried to go for Nazebo for the second time. Got shut down quickly, so this time Nano paid attention. Dodged out on the Tong, which was crucial. If he does not make that move, then he dies once that Brightwing is ready. But he's at 50 stacks, so he's about a third done with his stacking. They're applying a lot of pressure on Nazebo though, and they really should, because again, he could be the problem in the late game. And we've already seen that Copium earlier on really dominated the late game. Nice! Going for Sergeant Hammer again. The control that they have over this is well done, and that's a level lead by now for the Cats. So they're playing around Sergeant Hammer and Nazebo in an extremely consistent fashion. Always ensuring that nothing happens there, always ensuring that they get that kill eventually, also collecting the first seed, so they're working on the objective too. The Cats are definitely on a pretty decent path here. They have their early level 10. Gotta be careful when you're engaging the way that they are currently doing here, because, well, this is happening. I have no idea why they actually forced this. So now it's a double kill against Copium. And Copium kind of ran into that. Your opponent's level 10 don't make plays that could backfire. And that was a bit telegraphed. But to be fair, they nearly got a kill on my try here. So there was a ton of damage that Nazebo dished out within half a second. But they are still struggling. And yeah, it's a level lead. They get level 10. Still level lead for them. I assume we're gonna get the Ravenous Spirit. Yep, there it is. And they're already chasing again. Yeah, they're trying to go for Nano. First Enduin goes down. So the Crybaby gets eliminated once again. I want my mommy! They're mean to me. They're always mean to me. They don't like me. That's right. Nobody likes you, bitch. So get wrecked. Anduin is dead. As he should be. Okay, so 6 kills to 1. And 63 stacks on the baseline. But already Team Copium is finding themselves on the defense here. So we got down to the bot. I mean, look at this. Nano is just focused all the time. They have 3 heroes around him whenever he pops his head out. And he's just like, guys, I'm just trying to stack here. Leave me alone for a second. So he's at 72, which isn't too bad considering how much pressure is on him. But there's the taunt. They go for Drag here and try to get him too. Couldn't quite make that move. Up at the top, another seed is on the ground. And could be taken. Casper is attempting to buy some time for the team to rotate over and help him with all of this. But yeah, Gavlo, he's channeling. And that's good news. That's really, really good news for the blue team. Because it means that at least they are in a position where they have taken one of the seeds. If they can kill Herath, that would be nice. Yes, they can. Still slows the stacks for Nazebo down. But they were able to get the counter kill. So at the end of the day, I think this is still a win for the Cats. Slowing Nazebo down is always a victory. So that you are not ending up with your late game getting wrecked, but at least the blue team got a kill too. So yeah, there's that. Now either way, level 13 is available. One fort still down, another one damaged. And Hogga just doing his thing. He still got that 1 level lead. So it's a tricky situation for the blue team. They're not too far behind, but they're definitely fighting themselves on the back foot, and the Cats have taken over control of the map. They are also attempting to every now and then steal a camp away with Hogga, which has worked multiple times now. But as long as Nazebo is at least stacking, is getting closer to the Violent Faction, that's something that they can do, that they can use in the late game. But of course the Cats are aware of it and they're trying to play around it. But also Greymane is really running straight into all of that damage. Nazebo at 87 stacks now, so is more than halfway done with all of this. Okay. At least now. Level 13 talent for both, and the Toads are in. The Guardian Toads! So many Toads. They're huge. They're so huge. Everybody says so. Alright, so with that, we got still at the top. Yeah, it's actually kind of surprising to me that the Cats haven't really pushed harder with Greymane. They're really trying to keep control over Sergeant Hammer and also Nazebo, and they've been doing it well. But I'm a bit worried about the late game. Nazebo can really explode in the late game, and they haven't been able to shut him down too hard. 2 deaths are just not enough, and as long as Nano is able to stack, look how much damage he already does with against structures. He's already doing enormous structural damage, even without Sergeant Hammer. If he ever makes it to level 20 and gets the Violent Infection, things are gonna be so much worse. So, yeah. That's the one thing that worries me for the Cats. Generally speaking, they're doing well. They're having experience, they're having kills, they're pressuring structures. But if you play Nazebo, you're playing for the late game. With Sergeant Hammer, they obviously were hoping that they could try and pressure on multiple lanes, get Nazebo in a good position for that, use Sergeant Hammer and be super annoying. But it also buys time. And once that they're on level 20 and have Violent Infection, they are going to really shine in team fights. And whenever Nazebo gets onto any structures with a Toad build plus Violent Infection, he can murder them. So that's the one thing that you gotta be very careful about. Of course, the Globals are playing a huge role for Octa here too, so they can use that. Yeah, to maybe push for a keep or whatnot. And, well, at the same time, we also have to consider the objective itself. Yeah, Hogga runs straight into this, and my try is dead. Goodbye, my friend. 110 stacks for Nazebo. 5 levels, he should be able to complete this. Now, the one thing that could still ruin the day is, of course, the objective. If you get those Garden Terrors first, and you can push for more structures, you can really find victory there. But they channel, so they're the first... Oh, they got it. Okay, so the interrupt was a bit late. Guys, I'm honestly worried for the Cats. After what happened in game number 1, I'm a little bit worried about them. They did a fantastic job in the first game, up to the late game, and they also did a great job in the second game. But right now, Team Copium has heroes that on level 20 are going to be even more impactful than they are right now. It's hard to push into Sergeant Hammer. It's hard to push into what they are currently having on the map. And 11 minutes into the game, the Cats have only taken down a single fort. As the game continues, they can use the globals. They can side lane pressure a little bit. They're doing a decent job also with the mercenary camps. But as you can see, Team Copium is totally happy to sit on their side of the map, not engage, not make any big plays, and just wait. And the Cats have to realize that. And at some point, make a move. So, right now, it's 130 stacks for Nazeebo. They're opening up the mid lane a little bit. Nazeebo is getting more stacks together. They're also starting to force a bit of a fight up here at the top. Not quite sure if they really need to do that. But they got the light bomb. They bunkered up. And Anduin is dead. The quest for Nazeebo at least completed. There's the death of Blaze. And, well, they might lose a bit more. So they had level 16 and they thought, well, that's the time to attack. And they lose 3 heroes. So you could argue that wasn't the smartest decision. At least they bought time for the mid lane, so that fort might fall. And Garrosh is still on the run. Maybe you should just YOLO it and take the fort down. Yeah, not like that, dude. He can maybe buy some time, but that's about it. So the fort at the bot lane has now fallen. The fort in the mid lane is getting destroyed, or very likely getting destroyed too. And the experience lead has now been increased to 1.5 levels. So, yeah, he's still alive. That's actually wild. He is gonna fall, though. It's just a matter of time. But eventually he's gonna die. He can annoy them a bit, he can buy time, but he is going to die. So here we are. Another seed is spawning, and the important part is that this seed is going to pop an objective. And now they don't have Garrosh for 40 seconds. So yeah, this is a bit problematic. The fort in the middle is also getting attacked, so yeah. They're trying to get a Dehaka kill, and they couldn't get that either. But this is going to be the Garden Terror. So this little fight that Team Copium engaged in at the top right might have just cost them the game. Up to that point, they had a decent position in the game. It wasn't too crazy, but they were playing for the late game. Now they're going to run up against an objective and a level 20 on the opponent's side. If they would have won the fight, it's a different play, of course. But since they've lost it, they lost so much momentum. The gap has increased heavily, and with Garden Terrors on every single map, very far out, this is gonna be a bit of a nightmare. Nazeebo can, of course, take these Garden Terrors down fairly quickly, and is already doing a halfway decent job zoning them out with the Ravenous Spirit. He might be able to save their keeps, or at least most of them, but they are still getting absolutely terrorized now by the Cats. So there's another playmate. Nice save right here. Nearly enough stacks for Nazeebo already, but Anduin is dead again. Anduin down, and the top keep and the bot keep are both getting murdered. Nazeebo is gone. Level 20 on board. The first keep down. Are they going for the core, or do they just go for keeps and try and play around that? It seems like they're going to try and end the game here. The Cats, they are on their way to victory. Anduin and Nazeebo still dead for way too long. The core is losing hit points. Team Copium, it seems like they couldn't cope hard enough. They're still trying to defend here, especially, of course, with Sergeant Hammer. Dragger hits another Stormbolt. The core is down to 20%, and that's all she wrote, ladies. We got the Cats moving on to the winner bracket final, where they will face off against the Bang Bush. GG, and well played.